Magyar szólások és közmondások angolul beszélőknek.
Hungarian sayings and proverbs for English speakers. Bad luck.
Szegény embert még az ág is húzza.
Embert is a person in the same sense as in English man is a person. It has a slight hint of being a male person, but strictly speaking, these days it can be used for a man or a woman. So we can just say person. Ág is a branch of a tree. Húzza is to pull. Let's look at the others. Szegény means poor, both in the sense of not having any money and in the sense of to be pitied. Az is the. We need to add the Z to O when it precedes a noun beginning with a vowel. Még means still or yet. Is means also. And when you put the two together, még something is, that means even. Therefore we have poor person accusative, yet the branch also pulls it, or pulls that one. We need to put the order around the other way to make any sense in English. It says, even the branch pulls a poor person. Even the branch is pulling or dragging the poor man, the poor person. That is, poor people are not fortunate. They are afflicted by bad luck. So let's have a look at trees. First of all, parts of trees. We've already looked at ág, which is a branch. If it's a bit smaller, it's a guy. At the end of each twig, we have a leaf, levél. And this is exactly the same word as we use for a letter, as in a letter that you write, a write to somebody. In a larger view of the tree, the whole of the foliage is lomb. The trunk is törzs, and this is the same word as used for a tribe. And a root is a gyökér. Hungary has a lot of native trees. I've just picked the three most common. We have oak,
Tölgy,
beech,
bükk,
and willow.
Fűzfa,
If you're looking at fruit trees, the most common are apple, sour cherry, and plum. In each case, the name of the fruit precedes the name of the tree, just as it does in English. So, alma, apple, almafa, apple tree. But in Hungarian, there is no space between it. It becomes a single word. Apple tree becomes one word, medj tree becomes another word, plum tree becomes another word. Keep in mind that a plum in Hungary is more like a damson plum. There are some other well-known trees that you may come across. The fehér akác, which in English is either the black locust or the false acacia. You'll find it everywhere. It's a hardwood. It's used for tool handles. It's used for firewood. And to be honest, from my agricultural friends, a lot of them consider it to be a bit of a weed. Once you've got a piece of this in your ground, then you are going to have it forever. And it will take over all sorts of land. The flowers are very beautiful though. Now this is an odd one. It's actually a May tree. It's not really a maypole. It's a tree that is decorated for a young man, for a young woman in the month of May. And if you're looking into any sort of Hungarian folklore, the világfa, the world tree, plays a very important part, where we have the top, the lom, is the upper world where the good spirits reside. The middle layer is where us, the humans and normal life lives, and then the bottom layer is the lower world where you get mostly bad actors. New Zealand also has many native trees, and again I'm going for the most common, even though they might not be the most well known. So our beech, there's 5 species of beech, even though it doesn't look like it. It's an evergreen, and you'll find it all over New Zealand in native forest. What you'll also see very often in New Zealand, however, is Pinus radiata, which is actually from California. This is the tree that we grow for timber for buildings. Our buildings are made of wood because we have a lot of earthquakes. Rimu is also another very common tree. It's no longer allowed to be cut for timber. This will grow to over 60 metres tall, and it will take 500 to 1,000 years. And you'll notice it's like a potocarp. The next one is actually not that common, but very well known, and that's the pahutakawa, which is the New Zealand Christmas tree. And it's so called because it flowers at Christmas time, which in New Zealand is December. For our extra for experts this time, we're going to do some revision, and that we're going to look at the indicative conjugation, but this time with sibilants. So the sibilants in Hungarian is your S, the sh, the sz, the s, the z, z, and a j. So in the second person singular, we replace the sz, the s, with the l. So it's no longer, because trying to say húzza is too difficult. So we say húzol, you pull, as opposed to tolls, which is you push. When we look at the indefinite tense, in normal regular verbs, it's indicated with a J. With a sibilant, the J is dropped, and we replace that with doubling the sibilant. In the past tense, there's no difference between verbs ending in a sibilant and verbs that don't end in a sibilant.
Szegény embert még az ág is húzza.
Even the branch pulls the poor man. That is, the poor tend to be afflicted by bad luck.